Yes, question 1A. Yeah, so I think this one is straightforward. We just shift by 1, which is analogous to multiplying by 2. So question 2. I don't know, does it? Yeah, let me put it here. Hopefully, I know. Question 2. Any ideas? Okay.
Is it A?
Yes.
Because it's offset by A.
Yes. So the difference is that we have.
Oh, wait.
So in question 2, the first one is integer star, and in the second one we cast it to char, right? So you see the difference is that in the first one we don't change the type, in the second one we change the type. But the comment says add a byte offset, which implies it has to be char, right? It will if it doesn't say add 4-byte units, right? It says add byte offset. So therefore, the first one has a bug. So now it's totally fine to return void star because any type can be casted to void star. So any pointer can be casted to void star. So question 3. Okay, so question 3. Any ideas? Okay, go ahead. No, you don't. Okay, anyone else? Okay, go ahead.
Is it still the same 0x 9000?
Yes, yes. So let's discuss why, right? So what you have here, you add. Remember that int star size of int star is 8, right? So therefore, whatever you add to p, so whenever you have p plus 1, that means you actually add 8 because size of int star is 8. So we're going to get 9008, and then we have to subtract. So now we subtract. Remember that size of short is 2. So we have to 4 by 2. We subtract 8. So we get back to 9000, right? So it may be a little bit tricky, but it should be straightforward. So question 4 maybe is actually the trickiest one. So any ideas? So what is the first line in question 4? Okay, go ahead. Any other ideas? Okay, go ahead.
Is it A?
Yes. So first line is 8. What is the second line?
3.
3, right. So why is that? So the first one is okay. Go. You can explain if you want. Okay. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So the first one is a pointer, right? So size of a pointer is 8, right? Because I specified the size of void star is 8. So therefore, there's nothing tricky here. So the second one is size of an array rather than a pointer. So in the array contains 2 characters, but remember there is a third character at the very end, a null terminator. So it's actually 3 characters, so 3 bytes. So okay, go ahead.
So if you say the size of the void pointer is 8, then you can assume that the size of the char pointer is also 8.
Yes. So any point. So that's a good question, right? But any pointer is basically what is a pointer? It's an address, right? So in 64-bit CPU, that's going to be an 8-byte address. Yeah. So char star, void star, that just basically means the type, right? Nothing else. Okay, go ahead. Because we have a null terminator at the very end of the string, right? So that's one invisible character, so to say, right? So it's fine if you got 2, you got close, right? So, but just remember that it's actually 3.
Oh, actually.
Okay. So question 5. Question 5. Anyone? Okay.
Just 5.
Yes, 5. Yes. So why is it 5? Well, it seems like we add something, right? But remember that we add to dereference Q pointer, and dereference Q pointer is basically just a P pointer. So we modify the P pointer, but we don't modify X itself. So therefore X stays the same. Okay, question 6.
I mean, that's about where.
Okay, go ahead.
241.
Yes, 241. So the reason why it's 241 is because we first increment and then we print the resulting value. So plus plus is in front. So question 7. So again, we have 2 lines here. Any volunteers? Okay, go ahead.
I have a question about last one, so I don't know, but not increment.
Well, okay, yeah, it's a good point. Yeah, but remember that char in C is just an 8-byte type, right? So that means it's from 0 to 255. Well, it's actually, I shouldn't say, well, it says unsigned char, right? So unsigned char means that an unsigned integer is going to go from 0 to 255. So now when you can also type something like A, right? So that will be converted to a number, right? So, but fundamentally just a number, right? So char is basically nothing else, just it's a regular byte, right? So 1-byte integer. So we can still do that, right? So we can still do just the same thing as for short or for int. Okay. So question 7. Any? Okay, go ahead.
I made a similar mistake with question 6 where I thought it would print the char as like a character like you did with like the A.
Yeah, so it's a little tricky, I guess, in that sense. But you see in printf it says %sign D. So it says treat it as an integer, so not as a character, right? So if you can also put a %sign C, then it will treat it as a character. Okay. Well, the difference is what the value will get like in front, right? So if you do, let's say you have X equals to, well, no, let's say V equals to plus plus X versus V X plus plus. So in either case, you will increment X, right? In either case, X will become 241. But the difference is that in this case, you will get 241, the new value. In this case, you will get the old value, 240, right? So, and because we put plus plus X, effectively it's equivalent to this. So this is why we get 241. Does it make sense? But in either case, X itself will be modified. But the question is, what this left value going to be, right? So in left value is determined whether we put plus plus here or plus plus here. Question 7. We need to wrap up in a second. Question 7. Okay, go ahead.
1025.
Yes. 1025. So the reason why I guess 10 is clear because 5 plus 5 is 10. For the second one is because the pointer value is initially 5. We add 5 units of 4 bytes. So basically 5 plus 5 by 4, right? So that means 25. So 5 plus 20 is 25. So that's 5 plus 5 by 4, right? So remember how pointer arithmetic works. So this really works with units. So a size of int32 is 4 bytes. Question 8. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Is it still the address of X?
So, but it says what is the value, right? Not the address, right?
I don't know what the value is.
So we have X. equals to 5. Then we get a pointer, right? And then we dereference this pointer and increment it by 1. So that means it should be 6, right? So 5 plus 1 is going to be 6, because we dereference px. Question 9. So that should not be tricky, right? So question 9. 16, right? So the only tricky part is how many stars we have, right? Yeah, so okay. Question 10. So question 10 is again 2 lines. Okay. Well, 3 is correct. So in the second one, 3 and 5. So why is that 3 and 5? Because remember, y is going to be modified, right? So no matter which one you use, right? So, but you're going to print 3 because it's an old value first. Then y becomes 4, and then you on top of this you add extra 1, right? So that's going to be 5.